Hi, this is Takashi Inohara from Jazz Blues Japan again. Um, I this time I just want to talk about the obi issue. Japanese obi on the vinyl records, and I just talked about the obi. I mean the history of obi here in Japan, and many people, especially on the Facebook page and on the YouTube as well, after posting that video, I got many comments, yeah, from our viewers and the customers. I really appreciate that. So thank you very much for contributing, and I just want to shoot this video regarding that obi issue. It's a kind of confession of me, back in those days when I was young, when I was collecting the vinyl records, starting from rock and just popular music to the jazz. Sometimes I got the vinyl records with the obi complete set obi, but what I did at that time is that I used to throw away, I used to take that obi out from the sleeve, and sometimes I put it in the inside of the sleeve, but most of the time I used to throw them away. You cannot imagine, right? Because nowadays obi is a kind of valuable thing. The record with obi or without obi, there is a difference in terms of the value. That's a common sense nowadays. But at that time, not only me, most of the jazz collectors or the collectors of the records in general, here in Japan, I mean, they don't like obi. Yes, that's a common trend at that time. They don't like the obi, and I just found one of the videos on the YouTube that many of you guys know that Face Records. Face Records is one of the biggest record stores, online stores, and they have the real shop as well in Tokyo. And the founder of Face Records is called Mr. Takei, and I just respect him for in many ways, because they have been there for many years, many decades, maybe 30 more years in the industry. So I just have a lot of respect for him, and I just found out a YouTube video, him talking about obi, and he was doing the same. He was also one of the collectors at that time, and he used to throw away the obi whenever he finds a record. So that's what he did, and that's what I did. The reason why? I tell you the reason why, and Mr. Takei was also talking about the same thing, and I did it intentionally with the same reason, because at that time we think that obi is a Japanese thing, right? It's a Japanese thing, right? Because obi has the Japanese character, and we collect the foreign records, either it is a jazz or either it is a rock, a foreign record with the foreign musicians. So we didn't like that. We thought it's a kind of mismatch. Yeah, mismatch. So we wanted those records to look like a foreign records. Yeah. So that's why we just take away the obi from the sleeve and throw it away, because it does look Japanese, Japanese. And there was a trend that any kind of product foreign, any kind of product American, any kind of product European is superior, yeah, to us. So that's what I was thinking, and that's what most of the people, Japanese people, were thinking at that time. So that's why we just want to take away the Japanese element of any kind of element found on the product. So that's what I did, and that's the reason why we did it. And yeah, of course, still even right now, we have a lot of respect for the U.S. pressings and European pressings and everything European, everything American. We do have a respect, a big respect. Yeah, we Japanese. collectors. But at the same time, when I started this business, I just found out the Japanese pressings are also very good. Yes, and those technicians, those engineers at that time, I cannot believe what they did and how they did. Yeah, they did a good job, really. Yeah. So now I kind of a balance, between the two, U.S., European, and Japanese style. I cannot say which is better than the other. Both are, I think, great. They did. Even the U.S. technicians, engineers did a great job. Even the European technicians, engineers did a great job, and the Japanese too. Anyway, we, apart from that kind of thing, we just come to one thing, the love of the music, the love of the jazz, right? So that's it for today. And I hope this kind of conversation is interesting to you. Thank you very much for watching. And if you have a kind of a question to me, just post the question on the YouTube, on the Facebook page, or personal email. Everything is okay for me. I'm open to that kind of thing, and I enjoy that. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.